Okay, today is the tag team of Terry and Lua. If you can see him here, do you want to say anything, Lua? You want to say anything? We're doing muscles in motion today, so definitely strength and cardio. We'll get a little bit of both. You see I'm standing in a big wide stance. I'm kind of going an angle here just to make this room a little bit longer. So wide stance, all the usuals, belly's pulled in, you've got that zipper imagination happening. So you pull everything in just a little and lift it. So it's the zipper up. You're just pulling everything up. You root the feet down and then you start turning on all the muscles right through the toes, spreading out, the big toe pushing in, pinky outside of each heel, and then the inside of each heel, right through the arch pulling up. Everything is rooted downward to give you the base to pull up or press up. So let's breathe into the arms on that very note. And if you look here, I know it's probably hard to see the bend in the elbow, but imagine that this arm doesn't have a really huge bend in it. I think I've got it there if you can see it. When I reach up here, I might get that happening where there's that little bend. We want to go as long as we can. So we're pulling out of that, reaching out of the joints is the description you'll often hear me say. Then the thumbs push back. And when we do this, we tend to hike the shoulders up. We do that very conscious intention of setting the shoulders down and back. So here I might reach them up, then I set them down and back. They're lifted. We're pulling out of the shoulder socket too, but not so much that we've got the shoulders nestling into the bottoms of our ears. Then reaching the fingers out nice and wide, think starfish. Big deep breath in, the belly pulls in even more on that inhale. And then even more as you exhale and float down. We're going to grab the outside of each ankle. I held those legs a little wider. So they're quite wide. Get a good grip on the elbows. Fire up the muscles in your arms. Soften the knees as much as you need to right now. Let the head cascade forward. Because of this grip on the legs, where the legs are pushing outward, but the arms are pulling inward for that brace, I want you to notice how you open up the shoulder blades. Fire up all the musculature throughout the hands, the forearms, right through beyond the elbows into the biceps, the triceps. Then breathe into the length of your legs and notice what's happening in the hamstrings and the glutes. Of course, through the calves, the back of the knee. Holding here and see if you can pull a little bit deeper. That fine line of it being really active, conscious work, yet nothing is overdone. Take a breath in where you lift the head higher than the heart, lengthen the arms, breathe into the length of the legs a little more if you can. Consciously push down those toes if you've forgotten to do that. Fire up to the groin and the inner thighs. Feels weird to talk to the floor. The groin and the inner thighs really fire up. You're pulling up, so you've got that V happening through the legs from the feet into the groin. Then cascade, get down again, pull a little bit more, broaden the back, right between those shoulder blades. A little bit more as you move through your breathing. There's that softening on the inhale, and then the releasing slightly deeper on the exhale, letting gravity do that for you. Then it's a nice release completely in a ragdoll roll breath in with everything softening, including the knees bending, and inhaling to ragdoll roll all the way up, and we'll counter this right away. The hands slide to the small of the back. Step the feet in so they're hip bone distance. And then from here, pressing the elbows towards one another, bracing on the back with those hands fully opened. Lift the nose up to the sky. Get a good front of the body stretch. Remember, you still want to keep everything fired up in the legs. So from the feet, you're pushing in so that you can press away and lift up. Elbows pressing in. You're going to want to soften, draw them in. Lift a little more, and then return to neutral. Inhale all the way back up. And then a big 3 times. Exhale out where you're releasing any tension. So you're just going to all the way down. Breathe in. All the way down. Any tension out. Breathe in. Up, up, up. And one more time. Exhale down. And then inhale up. And let's start marching just a little. Moving the shoulders, moving the hands, the wrists, the neck, whatever you feel you need to. Give it a little bit of a bounciness. We're going to go back to that in just a moment. A little bit of that bounciness. Right here, it's just a little bit of a kind of a dancey march. Then anchor the feet down just about hip bone distance once again. Little softness in the knees and you're lifting the heels. Almost like you are mimicking dancing. Shake everything up. Just shake it all out. Really nice. Nice. If you've ever been on a rebound or a mini trampoline or a big trampoline for that matter, You may know that this is wonderful for our immune system. Really good to help with our lymphatic system, that little bouncing. And it is very different. We don't have the rebound completely happening here because of course we're not on one of those trampolines. But what happens is your cells get that bounciness without the impact of slamming down and then up. And that's a really great way for them to open and close and detox. So a little bit of that every day is really good. And then march it all out. And you might find already, even though we haven't done anything aggressive, your body, your heart rate's up, your blood flow is up. Good, you're warmer, of course, body temperature. And it's time to grab one weight. I'm going to say a little bit heavier here because you're holding with both hands, so you've got more muscle recruitment. As always, you get to choose. You want to work a little bit here with both cardio and posture work and muscle strength and endurance. So we're back to that wide stance we started with. You've done them before with me. It's our kettlebell sweeps down and up, breathing in and out. As you pull down and then press up, think of it that way. You're crunching in the core and then inhaling and extending. Power down and up. Go at a pace that feels good for you because we want a little more heart rate. If you can and you're comfortable with the range of motion and the speed, see if you can play with picking up a little bit, picking it up a little bit, and raising the heels. So it's down and up, down and up. Good, we'll aim for 12, got 3 here. Really feel those calves. What's going on in the toes? Power up, lose the balance there. And lift, and lift. So you'll notice, in this mode, there's no top or bottom. You're continually moving, down and up. Good. Keep breathing. Stay with it. I lost count. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Right here. Body tall. Short legs to start, then long legs. Posture press. Like you're marching. High knees. Keep it going. It's wonderfully warm. I'm going to put on my trusty fan. My lovely air conditioning. Keep going, girls. This is the benefit of being an instructor. Take a break whenever I want. That's pure sass coming from you. You all take a break whenever you want as well. Especially if you need water when it's warmer. I'll just wind down, give you a plug in. This came with me this past weekend, so I'm not have it ready to roll. Have you done a lot? Enough? Can we go long legs? Long legs. Remember, heart rate is also one of our objectives. So I know you've done a few more than me. See if you can hang on for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lovely work. Big breath. Skate ski here. Moving front and back. Swinging the arms, looking to keep them in line with the shoulders. Power up. The legs go back. You're flexing the foot because I want you to feel the work through the cheek and then right here where the thigh and the cheek join. Nice. Longer arms if you can, Sally. Really long. Long. Good. Big breathing. Front and back. Front and back. Yes. Hang in there. Good, good, good. Next time you're back to your spot where you know you have the most space to move. And let's go through another set of our kettlebell sweep and full body extension up. Down. Up. Add the toe, or excuse me, the heel lift. When you're ready, pressing into the toes. Good. And we're looking for long levers. As you lengthen through those legs, the arms stay long the entire time. Push the glutes way back. Weight in the heels, then lift those heels. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. And we're going to angle the arms a little to the left, power through to the right as the knee goes across. Down and up. Good. Power through. Pull. Pull. Yes. Nice work. What's happening in the core? Can you feel the waistline work? Because you've got a bit of a swivel happening here. Stable here on the left. Power through just a little. Torque rotation here with the right going over. Power through and through and through. Yes, yes. Good. Yeah. Go 3, 2, 1. Alternate. Go right, go left. Go right, a little shorter here. Go right, left, right, left. Let's hold it, left, long, a little more deliberate as we do repeaters. Good. Yeah, up, down. Nice work. Abs are in, right? Really strong, yes? Good. Love it. And pull, and pull. Good, last two, last one. Posture press, long legs, short legs, your option. Pull, bring the elbows together. Make that cleavage line happen. Good, pull in, and in, and in. Yes, yes. Nice work. Love it. Hang on. Let's say 5, 4, 3, 2. We need both weights, please. So grab a sip of water if you feel you need one. Then we can keep going, powering through. The reminder, not a big sip of water. And that breath rate is up. Rest, not to be chugging it. Love to get some bicep work in today. So see that I've got an open palm to the sky here. Light grip on the weights, just enough to hold them. Legs go out wide like we started. Abs pull in, like I usually want them. You're right here. Elbows are, again, nice and long, slight bend, but eyes of the elbows to the sky. Pull in, and in, and in. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Pull them back. Pull back. I should have tucked my hair, but you know what I'm looking for. It's a really big pinch through the shoulder blades. Pull, pull. Good. Yes. Can we make this harder? Can we make it a little more of a compound movement? I knew you'd say yes. Go down, come up, down, up, down. It's a big cheek press towards the rear, and then a full body. Stack the joints, extension as you come up. Pull in, and in. Yes. Gauge the weight here. Is it enough to keep you challenged with good form? If it's too light, sometimes we tend to fly through it. If it's too heavy, we compromise our movement and risk a joint or muscle injury. We need you to really be assessing for yourself. It's looking good. Keep the head up as you come over. Your gaze stays towards me. Yes, yes, good. Hang on. Last two here. Last one. Right away, we want to keep moving. So turn side, you don't have to turn sideways. I'm turning sideways. Take the leg back on the left. Stabilize strong on the right. Work the muscles in reverse. Power through. This warrior back. Less biceps, a little more shoulders. Pull in, and in, and in. Yes, so this stabilizing leg, keep going. Where I want you to really feel it is in the hamstring. We're going to be doing some lunges later, so warm this up. Hamstring, quad stabilizes. Lots of work here as you stabilize through the hamstring. Feel it in the back. Big set of muscles there. We can take the repeaters with this amount of weight. Pull and pull. Navel is pressing toward the spine. And in, and in, and in. Good, good. Say 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up tall. Mini break, just 2. Really tall, full body. Exhale, forward fold. Head stays higher than the heart. Give that leg a little stretch. Come up. One more time when you're ready to exhale. Pull the navel in. For the body to flat back. Let the neck relax. Let's keep it higher than the heart. Come on up. We go to the other side. We stabilize on the left. Our moving is the right. Same idea with the arms. Pull in. Just a rowing motion. Good. And the knee powers in as quickly as you safely can. Nice. Good. Bring those elbows right to the rear. And see if you can get, when they're back here, almost 90-degree angles. The wrist stays under the elbow. Yeah. So pull, pull. Then you've got a lot of weight happening in the heel on this left stabilizing leg. I want you to feel that hamstring and the glutes. Power through, hand through. So make it happen. And in, and in. Awesome work. Good, good. Is the heart rate up? You feeling good? Yes, it's that infamous 4, 3, 2, 1. Body is tall. Keep the movement through the, focus on the glutes. Moving side to side here. Same thing in the back, a little more inner thighs. Power through, hand through. and through. Yes, yes. Down and down. Good job. Keep it low. We've got that forward fold happening, which means you stabilize completely through the entire core. Good job. Yes. Let's do 8. Good. Side, side. Couple more. And come on up. Beautiful work. You can go lighter weight if you want, but I think you're okay. We've got a hammer curl happening and an alternating lunge. If it's too much going forward, take it rear. Watch me here. Forward, but the torso stays back. Let me move back. Forward, center, lining up the feet. Forward, center. If you find forward brings you here, you can see that forward brings you knee over the ankle. I prefer you to do a back lunge. It's easier to stack the joints. So you have to be your own police officer here. That looks good. There's a little pronation happening, Sally, so be really mindful that you take your leg forward, but not your torso. Your torso stays right in the center of that leg split. So when I move here, torso's here. It does not lunge forward, just the leg lunges forward. So my thing would be plant the heel, drop the knee, and bring it back. Plant the heel, drop the knee. Down and up. Good. Keep it going if you can. Yes. Paula, you are looking sharp, honey. Want to be a sassy rat, right? Down. Good. And down. Should we do repeaters? I knew you wanted to. Start it on your right. Take this next one here. Hold it here. Go down and up. Down and up. Let me back it up a bit. Down and up. That overload. Pay attention to what's happening. First, that leg on the left. Ball of the foot pushing in. Toes wide open. Pressing equally. Even the pinky or the baby toe. And the front. Knee is over the ankle. Elbows onto the shoulders. Good. Yes. Stay with it. Last 2. Last 1. Step in. Step back. Same thing. Get the form. Long, long back leg. Knee to the hip in the rear. Over the ankle in the front. Same idea. Ball of the foot. All the toes pressing in on the right. Arch pulling up with all 4 corners of the feet on that front leg. Good. Feel lovely work. Keep going right through here. Quadricep hamstring. We'll get through the entire circumference of our legs. Down and up. Good. Quick pace. Hang in there. Couple more. And bring it in. Awesome work. Really nice. We need to do inner thighs. Quads are coming along for the ride. I want you to really feel the cheeks as you come up. So do your best. External rotation or Charlie Chapman footwork as possible. Think tall and strong in the body. The weights are going to rest slightly on the quads. So you can squat it down or plie it down. Come on in. Plie down. Come in. Keeping the toes turned out. Good. The heels turn inward. The knee here over the ankle as you press down. Good. Work this at a pace that is appropriate for you to keep good form and still have some sensation of that heart all jacked up. Down, good, and down. Now we know alternates gives us a mini break, right? Should we drop that because you're so strong? I think so, yes. Next time we go right, leave it wide. That means now, right now. Wide, wide. A little bit of that bungee movement again. Think about that rebound. Pull the pelvic floor up. Excellent conditioning for that very area. Down and up, feel the quads. Can you go a little bit bigger in your range of motion to really fire up that sensation through the front of those legs? Oh, yes. Good breathing. Relax shoulders. Abs in. All those things got to think about. No wandering off to la la land. Stay here with me. Arch pulling up. Oh, yeah. How about we slow it down and go low? Watch the change here. Go low. Back to that power up. Here's our little mini break in the legs, right? Go down, come up. So you choose the pace. The quicker you are, the less chance of that mini break. So it's not really a top or bottom, but if you need it, you take it. 8. Let's go. 7. Shoulder blades come together and cleavage powers up. See that slight rotation. Good. Think about quarter turn, half turn. Good. Whatever you can manage. And hang in halfway. Good breathing. What's happening in the stomach? Pulling it in, yes? Good, good. Woohoo. Last one. Awesome. Keep the body tall. No way can we take it to the floor now. It's coming up. Then you go to slightly lighter weights. I'm going to take it to a 5. If I had an 8, I'd probably do that. But 5 will be my option. We're doing work with the shoulders. If that helps for you to gauge what you'd like to reach. And you know, you always have the option. Do as many as you can, take a break. Start again. Right here. Holding. That's that long static. See the bend in the elbows? You're going to have a little bit when you're carrying a heavy weight, but do your best to keep it long and shoulder height or slightly, ever so slightly lower. Hold it here. All I want you to do is keep them there and do those leg reaches. Now consciously slow down your breathing. Slow it down. Pull that navel in. Good. Do your best to keep the weights in place. Yes. Awesome. Engage the weights. Do you think you can do another 8 and stay in charge of the movement? That's what we're looking for. If not, either shift the weights up. If you can do another 18, shift the weights up. One way down, one way up. Yes, heavier or lighter. Good. Stay with it. Oh, so strong. Your breath out every time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's make the next one our last one. Whew, don't give up on me. Lift the weights nice and high. Good. Open them up. As long as you can with a slight bend, think about lat pull down. Pull down, lengthen up. Pull down, lengthen up. Down and up. Oh yes. Shoulders, back. Good. All the stabilizers through the arms, through the core. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hang in. Good breathing. Tall body. Good breath in and out each time. Next time, bring it down and hold it down. Just give me that little bit of a pulse once again. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Oh, overload. Just a few more. It's the way we get such a nice muscle definition. And release. There's my mercy moment. Wide, wide legs here. Another counter mercy moment. You're going to crisscross the arms, one in front of the other. Remember which one it is. And look to sweep the arms open toward the shin on each side. Let the head either rest at flat back, or if you can, a little lower. Make sure you feel okay with your blood pressure. Pause for a rounded breath. When you've completed one round, come on up on an inhale and do the same thing. Crisscross the other way. Take it down. We've only got 4 of these. Open those arms away from one another as best you can. Let that neck relax freely. Inhaling, you come up. Good. One more time each side. Hollow out. Pelvic floor pulls up. Arms cross over right there. She feels so nice through the upper back in between the shoulder blades. Then you just look for a little maximizing of the movement. Your inhale finds you pulling back up. Last one. Hollow out. Hinging. Torso forward. Flat back or hanging down. Feel the lengthening through the hamstrings into the glutes. We're going there in a moment. And come on all the way back up. Nice work. Okay. Let's grab a sip of water and your mat. If you know you need a cushioning under your knees, we're there for a few moments with some of our donkey lifts to work through the hamstring, then glutes, then we'll go back and engage a little more heart rate. Right now, bring the attention into the muscles in the back of that body. Actually, I'll turn it sideways for you here. Apologies. Tuesday is clearly grass cutting day at the condo. Won't take long. Space in front of mine is not huge, so we're right here. You see me okay? I think so. I'll back up a touch. You only need one weight actually, Mike. Apologies. You're going to take that weight into the back of the knee. Make sure that it is away from a potential place where if it slips out, you'll damage the floor. I think I mentioned to you before, ceramic here, my least favorite. Flooring. You want to find a nice little nestle here, either with this, or some of you, I'm not great at managing it, but if you had one of the balls here, I love you for Or do you see, and you flatten it out a little bit like a curling rock? Maybe that would fit in the back of your knees, but I find this much nicer. And of course, your little bender ball is an option too, but I'm really not great at holding those. And this way I get a little more weight. So you've got your tabletop position happening here. Pillar strength in your arms. The knee ideally level with the hip. And then you just lift it up and down. And what I want to say, an inch above and below the sweet spot. So find that hardest spot and work through it, kind of dragging and lifting above and then coming down. And I prefer you to go slow here, really slow. So you have to carry that weight and recruit the muscle activity. I'm going to turn here. You won't see me so well with my movement of my legs, but I want to keep my eyes on you. Pillar arms, eyes of the elbow forward. Splayed, starfish fingers. Strong, not leaning too much into our stabilizing right. Keep the weight distributed. Power it up. Oh, yes. If you need a mini break, take one. Otherwise, stay with me. Let's say one more set. 8, counting every other one. Good. Slow and strong. Say 6. 5. Really flexing through that foot. Yes, yes. We're at 3. We're going to hold it up on 1, 2. That means now hold it up, hold it up. There's that little pulse. Pulse it. Good. Good. Keep the neck neutral. My head's up only to take a peek at you and project my voice, but otherwise, nose would be pointing down. Lift, lift. Take it to your max lift. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on in, tuck it down. Move the weight over to the other side. Get it out of the way. Bring yourself up to that hero pose kneeling and take this leg and right away. Stretch it forward in line with your hip. You'll see I've got to lean to the right. I'm going to center my body. Bring the torso forward over the length of that leg, driving the heel in and getting a lovely stretch through the very muscles you just fired up. First, the foot drives the heel in and the toe pulls forward toward the shin as you sit the hip crease and the cheek way back on that left, wherever you feel that lovely opening in all those warm, very pliable muscles. Point the toe. Feel it to the front of the leg, the foot, the shin, power up, lift the kneecap, fire up the quads, and sit that hip crease back even more as you drive the toes away. Intensifying the stretch, breathe into it. We were doing those lifts for a while, so let's stay here at least one more round of breath. Counter all of that flexion, open it up. Good deep breath, the pause at the top of the breath. Full and complete exhale. Empty at the bottom, and then you can relax and breathe in, and we'll switch sides. So back to your tabletop, one weight, excuse me, one weight into the back of that knee, bringing it in. As you bring it to your tabletop, check your form. Carefully you haven't leaned too much into the left. Look down underneath by tucking the chin and see if you can get that knee up so that your hip and your knee are flush. Then lift up and down. Find the sweet spot. It's usually for me just above hip line, and power through it in your little bit of lift lower, lift lower. Really think about the muscles you're working there. Imagine right through that area that it tends to have flesh buildup, right where the cheek joins into the top of the thigh. Power through so you can really feel those muscles recruit. Start pulling in and tightening up. Good. You want to have a good strong glute, and those are a big set of muscles, so they can take quite a lot of conditioning. Through and through. Stay for 8. Good. Yes. Watch the balancing. It's really easy to just naturally want to lean into the left. Put more power into that pillar strength on your right arm. Lift and lift. Yes, yes. Good. Was that 8? Are you ready for the sweet spot pulse? Bring the knee higher than the hip and just lift and lower very slightly. Hang in. Feel the work. What's happening in the belly? Like I said, I want to keep you really present throughout the entire class. Power up and up. Be mindful of your breathing, your posture, the grip you have, the flexion or the extension in the muscles and the joints, the weight distribution. Hold the next one up, hold it, and release it down. Same idea. Tuck the weight off to the side. We're not done with them yet. Breathe into the length of that leg as you sweep it forward. Torso, right here, hip, knee, ankle, that hip crease pressing way back. Drive the heel in, press the toes up. Keep the weight a little more to the right. Torso weight drapes over to help increase the stretch to a mode where you can still breathe, long, slow, and deep. You could carry on a conversation with me. Point the toe. You're very aware of all the sensations. Hip crease back. It's, again, easy to want to take your body weight and lean it into the left. Consciously push a little bit more toward the right and then send it straight back. Oh yes, it ideally is going to feel really good. So make that happen. And then we're right here. Let's bring you in and around, over onto your back. What do I want? I would love, we can do one set for your chest, so your heavier weights and your light weights. So bring them in and have them on either side of your torso, straddling you, so to speak. The heavier weights come into play first. If you've got it close by, you probably know me by now. Try to have all your tools close by, because sometimes I get a last minute remembering. It's a good English word, right? Remembering. 2, use what we can to help us with more muscle recruitment. You're down here on the floor. Oh, I did so much abs yesterday. It was so good. Let's do that tomorrow. You really feel it. The block or your bender ball, right between the upper portion of your thighs, close to your groin. Right now, all I want you to do is do everything you can, like a xylophone, no, an accordion, to press it in, press it in, press it in, press it in. So your knees are going to feel like they're almost coming together, but you still want to keep knees and hips parallel, but everything is pushing. So it's not just the knees. You want that to happen right through those adductors, right into the groin. Feel that. Pull the navel in and down. Your hands can't slide under your back. This right here, not overly invasive, yet I still want it to feel like work. So I need you to make it that way. Then carefully pick up your weights. So move them into a position where you can do that. Heads of the weights, then lift them up. You're right here. We've done our work before. We often work bilateral. Let's do unilateral today. Make sure the weight is appropriate for you. Ideally, we'll do long levers and then short. If you want to keep the weight, you find it a little too heavy, right away go to short. Here's what we're looking at. A slow lower and lift, a slow lower and lift. If you've got a heavy weight and that feels good, make it even harder for yourself to be here and do that same lift and lower, a little slower than that, but this is just a demo. If you were here and you found it too hard, it's a bent joint. I think you know this. Are you still squeezing into the block or the ball? You want that to happen. Same idea here. It could be one up, one down. So wherever you find, you know you're good. Get yourself ready in that position. Fire up those legs with every bit of might you've got. That's all you're thinking about at this moment. Okay? Pushing in right even through the calves, the toes reaching for one another. Then take your weaker side and slowly lift for 2, lower for 2. You're not resting on the ground, of course. We're alternating slow and steady. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Oh, how I wish I could converse with you right now. How does that feel? Hopefully it's good. If it is, we'll take it to singles. No, we won't. We're going to leave it at doubles, but see if you can do this with me. Lift for 2, lower for 2. So now we get chest, glutes, and those lovely hamstrings I want us to focus on. The entire leg on each side of your body is working, right from the toes, through the calves, the shins, into the inner and outer thighs, the groin, good, the core, right up into your chest. Take a break if you need. Stay with me if you can, and let's go singles in sync. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, it is a bit of that constant movement, no drop, no top or bottom. It's constantly lifting and lowering. Yes, the arms, yes, the legs, the trunk, down and up. Squeeze the cheeks as best you can. Your next time I want you to hold it at the top, hold it here. Walk the heels in a bit, just shift up how it feels through that lower body. Lift as best you can to your full bridge right now. We don't quite get there when we're in that dynamic movement. Slow here, slow, slow, slow. See how the weight is. Very important. You might go to one weight in this position. So watch me. I just need range of motion here. You're holding up here. Torso is strong. One weight slowly lowers over and lifts. If it's too heavy, please sync up with the hands on one head of the weight and do both arms, or go to lower weights. If you can be with me and do those unilaterals, awesome. You get a little brain train and an opportunity to address any muscle imbalance and look to counter that. So it's slow and steady. We aren't here long. If you are with me with a heavier weight, we know it's a smaller muscle group, so we don't need a lot to really get that benefit, but this is a good way, as you may recall, to help with muscle building. Maintenance is awesome, but how about adding a little bit to that muscle mass in our body? What's happening in the glutes, the ball between the inner thighs or the block? Are you still squeezing? Have your cheeks dropped a little? I know mine have. I'm going to finesse it, power it up, leave it there. Just that infamous 4 counts, 3 counts. How's our time? Good. 1. And we're done. All right. Beautiful. Lower it down. Stick with me for the glutes. Then we'll go to a little bit more through the core. And we'll do it on the flip side of the body. And I think I promised you we would do some of our extensions, our back extensions, or our superwomans every week. Right now. So you've got flat side of the weights. You've got the hexagon ones. Get a nice grip here so they're settled in. Right over those hips. Squeeze into the ball or the block. Pelvic tilt. So just give me that little roll right here. You know, this alone is really good to help condition through the pelvic floor into the lower abdominal area. Of course, the glutes and the hamstrings come along for a little benefit. Do that. Pick it up a little bit. Good. Nice and easy. It is, right? So let's make it harder. 4 counts up, 4 counts down. Slowly lift and lift and lift and lift. And max. So lower and lower and lower. And change your mind. Come right back up. You're only going down to about 85%. Don't even want 90. Just barely kiss that swollen back down, then power right back up. Keeping the recruitment happening through the abdominal wall. Barely down, right back up. Driving everything in to the very best of your ability. This is your last one. Are we going to have time for our full bodies? Slow and easy, relax, release. Let the weights go. Let the block go. Hamstring stretch right away. Left leg, right leg out. Left leg comes up. Nose and knee together. Pause right here. Do your best to lift the torso tall. Gaze toward the shin, the ankle, wherever you can, or the knee, depending on what you're looking at. I mean, how much height you've got, that will determine what you're looking at. Press, lift, open up the shoulder blades while you're here. Breathe into the length of the leg. Can you come out of all the joints? So watch me here. I'm lifting with intention. I'm lifting with conscious effort. Powering up. So the leg lifts a little higher. Reach, reach, reach. You know, the more we pull out of these joints, the less our body is dragged down by gravity. We'll look taller. We'll look more slender, and we'll feel so much better because we're allowing more breath flow. When we have all of that crunching down into our joints, into our lungs, we're not able to breathe quite as efficiently as we will when we're powering that body up nice and tall. Flex the foot, and then release it down slowly. So right here, we're flexed. Now point the toe, let the torso relax, and slowly paint the toenails on the ceiling, on the wall, right down to the baseboard. Switch to the other side. Hug the knee in. Come on, all the way up. Nose and knee. Open up the shoulder blades. Lift, lift, lift. Keep the leg right over the hip, the knee, the ankle. Lift. Good breath. Pull out of everything. Even the toes. Press it to the back of the knee. Feel a lovely lengthening in the hamstring. Good. Reach, reach, reach. Hold it there. Full breath in. One more time. And release the upper body. Keep the leg long. Make sure the toe is lined up as best you can. And then slowly paint the ceiling. Engage the core. Slowly down all the way through the lower portion of that wall. Then the baseboard. Full body stretch here. Good. Yes, I'm peeking at the clock. Then come on in for a quick round and roll. Bring your body up. We have time for one extension and then one front of the body stretch before we child pose our way right out. This is really important, so hang in there if you can. You're going to stretch that body forward, face down, long legs, hip bone distance. Reach the arms out, they're parallel, palms face one another, your neck is neutral. Power up through the legs, contract the quads, lift the kneecaps off, contract through the calves. Good, do the same thing with the torso. Press the arms down, then lift the arms. Feel what happens. As you lift your arms, see if you can do your best not to engage the glutes. Right away, when I lift here, the glutes fire up. I'm going to disengage them consciously, then lift the legs and lift it up as high as I can. Just holding it here. Yes, effort, but don't go extreme. I want you to stay for 3 rounds of breath. Can you power the feet together without firing up the cheeks? The entire thigh, length of each leg presses inward. Hold it here. Make that back carry the weight of your legs, your arms, your torso. Relax and release. Good job. Quick stretch for the quads because we did those. Reach around, find the ankle on the right, pull the leg back in if you've swung it up to the side to make that happen. Thighs are parallel, shoulder blades pinch, and you come on up again. Pull into the ankles, knee your little rock side to side, then neutral neck, chest wide open. I'm trying to target all those areas that we worked. Feel the hip flexors. Can you lift a little higher? Good breath. And relax and release. Hands come in close to your body, thumbs underneath that area where your arm joins your torso. Keep the elbows pressing in, push all the way up. And then slowly tomorrow we'll be floating down dog up dogs. That would have been nice right now. But we'll settle for a child pose. First, really strong and extended. Tuck the toes, the pads of the toes in. Press the arms in, walk them forward. Relax the neck in line with the spine. And then imagine someone's trying to drag you backwards. They've got hold on each side of your hip and they're stretching you out. So you get a beautiful extension through that spine. If you want to put the forehead on the floor, you can, but if you're high like me, you might not want to. Quite press it down. Stay there for a good deep breath. Your belly is not resting into your thighs. It's touching, but it's not resting. Stay there for one more really active extended child pose. That full round of breath. And then you can press to the tops of your feet, soften everything, sink right down. Now the forehead can relax. Draw the elbows in. Reach the arm to the back with the palms to the sky and pull them away from your body. Like you're looking to get your fingers way beyond the feet. You can round the shoulders once you've done that and everything is passive. One round of breath here. Get ready for a ragdoll roll up to our feet. So you'll slowly begin to engage. Then lift and lift and lift. We want that torso work. Hands here, nice and tall. And then start on your weaker leg, whatever it might be for you. Keep the elbows back. Come on up here. One leg front. If you need to use your thigh to come up, it's okay. But if you can power here, it's core. Tuck the toes in. Lift it to lunge. Pull it front. And I would love to do the other side, but I'll sign off so we're on time. Good breath in, a little side bend. Good, hold it here. Gaze up to your left. If you've got looking to the right and center. All the way over. Oh yeah, feels so good. And up. And then a big deep tension release. All the way up to that same thing we did in the beginning. Tension out. Good deep breath in. Gather energy as you pull it through all the way up. And all the way in to your heart center with a yes moi and yay boo. I don't know why I went French. Awesome work. Right to the end. Thanks so much. Love it. Good work. And I'll see you tomorrow. You can do a few down dog, up dogs now. That'd be really good. Ciao.
Thanks, Terry.
You are welcome.